Hi, thank you for joining me. Today I would like to show you a crystal grid setup for creating harmony and good energy in the home and removing negativity. Now this can be set up for a person or it can be set up for a particular object, and in this case the object would be the home. I'm going to use double terminated crystals, quartz crystal, and this is, I purchased these. These are supposed to be smoky quartz, and they have been treated. So when I say treated, they've been heat treated. A lot of times they will use the quartz crystal and heat it in order to get a different type of crystal, citrine sometimes, and amethyst, the smoky quartz. They occur naturally. They're also synthetically grown, and they're also created by treating them with heat. So when I purchased these, the seller said that they were unseen. I think the picture that they showed was not this particular picture, but if you look at it in some areas, you can see it does have the smoky quartz look to it. So in some areas it has most of the area has this a greenish yellow tint to it. It does have some gorgeous inclusions, but that's what it's supposed to be. And smoky quartz is good for removing negativity. So in this case, I'm going to use 4 of each, 4 of the quartz crystal and 4 of the smoky quartz. And I would use the compass. I would like to orient it. Normally I would orient this to the 4 cardinal directions and then place the other 4 crystals between those directions. But in this case, what I would recommend is to orient the first crystal to the front door of the home. So if the front door is facing that way, that's the direction. If the front door is facing that direction, that would be the direction I would place the first crystal. Let me move these over out of the way because I won't be using a pendulum. So the first crystal is placed down, and it is placed down in the direction, the direct direction of the front door. The second crystal, now these crystals, I would say they're not shaped the same, equal in width at the top and the bottom. So I would have the largest part away on the outer edge, should I say on the outer edge of your grid. And I would have this smaller, narrower piece going inward. And the reason why, so that means I would need to turn this. The reason why is because I want the largest amount of energies coming inward. I'll turn these because, and I'm going to put the largest crystal towards the front door. So say this is the front door. That way it's better for the camera. This would be the front door. This piece, this point would be pointing directly toward the front door. So it would almost be as if this is what is coming in through the front door. in through the front door in this direction, because this is the wider, this is wider, this is narrow. That is going to come in. This piece may not be coming in, pointing in from the direction of the back door, but that is okay, as long as this first piece is laid down so that it looks as if it's coming in through the front door. And this piece goes opposite. The next piece, it doesn't matter which direction, which manner you lay these down afterwards. Just make sure the wider piece is on the outer perimeter of the grid, and the narrow pieces are towards the inner side of the perimeter. Now, the smoky quartz. The smoky quartz is removing negativity or adverse energies out and away from the home. So these will be placed between each of these crystals, the quartz crystals. The wide sides of these would be in the inner portion of the grid, with the narrower edges being at the outer perimeter. They would all be placed down in between. They don't have to be perfectly spaced or creating a symmetrical pattern on the inside, just so long as they're there. They can be out as far as you like. That will do. Now, there's two things that can happen. This is a black tourmaline, which is good for protection and negativity, keeping it away from a person. You can place this in the middle and then join all of these pieces together, looping around each piece and back to this piece. You would start looping from the centerpiece around the first crystal, which was the one that was pointing at the front door. So although I was doing this, ignore that. This, you will start here at the center point, loop around the crystal that points towards the front door, then the next crystal. You're looping, almost lassoing each crystal into this one crystal, creating a grid. Now, you can do this with your eyes and your intention, or you can do this with your hand. Once that's done, the crystal is now ready. You activate it with your intent, and it will begin. And it's fine, perfectly fine, just how it is. I'm just moving these out of the way. I don't want them to confuse the issue. Now, other things that you can do is, again, you can write a petition, your prayer, your request, what you would like to happen, and place it under here before you join all the crystals. If you're doing this for a home or a person, write their name or write the address on the paper. It is best to be specific as you can when you're making your request. Then place it under the middle stone, then connect, keeping the intent that you wrote and the purpose that you wrote on the paper, keeping that in mind as you're making the loop, connecting each one, each crystal. It's not just a motion of just connecting these crystals and going on. You have the intent in mind, and it's almost as if you are meditating and talking to each crystal, asking for their help. It can be done as simple as this. You don't necessarily have to loop each time. You can just touch and make contact with the crystal and employ the crystal's assistance for this purpose. Another thing that you can do is you can write the purpose or intent on here. Remember the address or the person's name. And then you can place a candle on here. Now, the reason why people use, candles is they often want to incorporate as many of the 4 elements as possible. A candle will have fire, and it will also have air, because fire cannot burn without oxygen. So you will have fire and you will have air. Some people may place this in a bowl of water, which means, or a container. You can put a container of water here and place this in there, and you will have water also. Some people may just place this on here, the fire and the air, and then place a bowl of water and a bowl of soil or dirt somewhere near the setup. Join everything together and light the candle, and allow the candle to burn completely out. Then you can add another candle if you like, or you can just do this, say, once a day. You can make this setup and do this once a day. If you want to do a setup similar to this for your home, your place of business, or for a particular person, you would want to set this up on an altar or in an area where it will be undisturbed. You know you're going to come back to it and redo it the next day, so it stays. Once you connect this grid together, it is there. The only thing you have to do is replace the candle. You won't have to reconnect the crystals, because they will still be operating together as one unit. Until next time.